And yes, you may mute. I'll add mute here. Okay. So hello and welcome to Barre Above. So tonight, if you're doing this in the evening or whenever you happen to be catching it, but for today, we are going to try some new things, I hope. So I've got on the list of to-dos is some gliding and sliding. So that's kind of going to be our theme today, is gliding and sliding. So if you have gliding discs, bring them out. If you don't, if you're working on carpet, paper plates or plastic lids will do the job. And if you're working on a hard surface, then a towel or a dish rag will also work. And in a pinch, if you don't want to use anything, you can still do the movements without the gliding. I've also got my weights ready to rock and roll, and I'm keeping them light today because this is workout number 3 for me. And I actually have 2 balls today, and if I could juggle them, I would, but I cannot. Don't worry if you don't have 2. I'm just going to show you some options on placement, and it's just going to be easier to do with 2. But if you have one, grab it. If you don't, grab a throw cushion or even a foam roller will do the trick. Or what else could we use? Even a ball of any kind for what we have on the do list for today. All right, I'm thrilled to rock and roll with you. I hope that you have filled your body with some nutritious food at least an hour ago, because we do not want it rising up to the surface. And let's have some music. Here we go. And I've actually pitched the music down a little bit slower today than what we typically have it at. And just because we've got a lot of movement that's going to be happening, and I want you to be able to keep up without feeling like you're rushing. So let's come into our space, pick up the toes, and place them down. Real easy. Pick up the toes and place them down. Let's squat. So toes are hovering. They're there for your balance. Pushing the hips back. Use your buns. Push you up. We're strong. Core's engaged. I love it. 2 more. Now we're going to add a happy little toe tap. Down and up. Pushing. Now, if you will, we'll take our arms to go with it. They don't have to be exactly like mine. You can move it maybe just forward, or maybe just side, or one front, one side. Down and reach. So you may even feel right out the get-go that it is a bit slower. This gives you more time to sink a little lower if it feels right. Last one. All right, back to your squat. Down. Mobilize your shoulders. Awesome. 4, 3. We're going to tap your foot behind you. Ready? Here we go. Down, tap. Now set the shoulders firm into your back. And if you want, your arms can go a little wider out to the side, or they can stay narrow. That looks good. 4, 3, 2, back to your squat. Down, I'm gonna reach side. All right, we're gonna squat 1, hinge and leg lift. So squat, hinge, squat, now reach, transferring balance. Squat, and just for simplicity, gonna keep my hands at my hips for the squat portion. Reach. Good. Again, giving you that slower tempo so you have time to balance. How's it feeling? Right, we're getting a stretch in your core, activating your glutes. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Let's move into lateral lunge. Just to your right side. Really comfortable here. So we're loading the outside leg. In this case, it's your right leg. As you sit back, reach over the top Mobilizing the shoulder. Getting some movement through your waistline. 4. Okay, we're gonna add a side leg lift. So we're going out, now reach. Lateral lunge, side lift. Woo! Reach up and over, balance. Yeah, do you feel that? First couple were a little bit messy because we're changing where we're placing our balance. Yeah. Let's try 4. 3, whatever arms work for you. Core active. And you have one more. We're gonna do lateral lunge to the left. Out and in. This is a little quicker. Go ahead, go deep into the thigh and reach. That feels good, yeah? I'm gonna tell you something. I've got a hot bath with Epsom salts planned after this with a glass of wine. I can't wait. So 4, 3, 2, add the leg lift. So out, lift to the side. Lateral lunge, lift, reach, and up. How's that? Layering the arms makes it a little more challenging. Yeah. Connecting through your breathing. Connecting what? Connecting your mindfulness, your movement, and your breathing all together. One more, please. Excellent. Now lunge, side and side. I'm gonna step off my mat here, refine my middle. 4, 3, and we're gonna stay right again. 2, stay to the, okay, here we are. Right here, hold. We're gonna reach back, come to the center, and back in. We'll try it tempo. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're not typically used to rotating behind us. If you need to make it a little lighter, you're just gonna rotate your right arm behind you. And if you're feeling confident, rotate both. Now, do you feel the level of intensity increase when both arms are moving? How are you feeling in your knee? Your right knee as you twist. Still feel confident? All right, if you want, add your passe. And up. 1, 2, 3, you've got it. We're gonna do 2 more in this direction. Last one. Good. Hold a squat in the middle. 4. I'm gonna reset so I'm over to the side, not gonna bump into my chair. You ready? Take it slow. Out. Rotate back. Center and come together. Try it slowly with both arms if you wish. See how that feels. As long as there's no pain or discomfort. We'll add tempo. Again, just start with the one arm. Is that enough for you for a warm-up? If it's good, stay there. If you like, add both arms. Great. Shoulders are staying low. And we're contracting through our back. Beautiful, right? This is a really nice transverse movement. If you like, add passe. And again, passe is just bringing your toe up to the knee. Good. Okay, last one. Love it. Hold your squat. 4. All right, we're gonna change into moving into your plank positioning, and I'm gonna change my mat a little bit here so I'm facing you a tiny bit more. You can continue to squat. Yeah, 4 and 3, 2, hinge, bring your fingers to the ground, your knees are bent, walk forward into plank. Great. Push back with your bum, walk your hands back, stay in chair, so nice and low. Neutral spine, please. We have a tendency of lifting the bum, so we're gonna keep that in. Come back down to the floor, walk out into plank. Good. Bend your knees, push your hips back, then walk back. We're gonna add on to this. Stay here in chair. Woo! All right, back out. Now hold. Bring your right knee in, rotate to the side and back. Now I appreciate my black pants are kind of hard to see on this black mat. Now I'm gonna give you an option here on the knee. Now you may need to add a little extra cushion if you're on your knee because we're basically rolling on the kneecap. So light rotation, lift your knee. It's kind of like the old fire hydrant. You remember, good. Hip back, roll, walking back into plank, walking back into chair, and we're gonna repeat. Coming back out, into plank. If you want, on your knee, and you're rotating the knee out, and in. Rotate out, and in. Or hover, or in a full plank. Whew. So now just rotate your leg out to the side without rotating your shoulders. Allow your hip a little bit of motion. Got one more. Wow, this is hard. Good. Knees to the mat. Sit yourself back. Good news, no push-ups yet. Haha. Friends, come on up. Grab some water, a sip or two, so that you're rehydrated. Fantastic. So I'm gonna move my mat out of the way and I'm gonna bring my gliders into the game. We're right into the good times. All right, so refresher with our gliding discs. Your heels are always off the discs unless the movement requires the heel to be on the disc, and there will be an opportunity a little later on. But otherwise, just the ball of your foot on the glider because your heel is going to become your brake. So let's start out, if you will, bring your chair, because I'd like you to add some pressure into the back of the chair. If you think your chair is gonna flip, put something heavy on it, but we're not putting so much pressure that it should tip. Just enough to give us some downward force. All right, friends, let's start with a simple squat and press your hands into the back of the chair. Right? Not gripping, we've just got light weight, but push. So you're gonna feel a little work in your triceps. Imagine that's the focus of this movement, is to push your body up onto your chair. Yeah, we know our chairs are not stable, so we're not gonna lift that with that much pressure. Good. Keeping the spine long. Weight is in your heels right now. You're like, Wendy, when do those gliders come in? Oh, you just wait. They are coming. Hold it down for 2. Push with your hands. So yes, I know your legs are doing some work, but try if you can to make this more about pushing yourself up with your arms. Imagine you're in a lake. You're deep enough that you can't touch the bottom of the lake. You're trying to get up on the dock. So we're using those tricep muscles back there. Great, last one. Come on all the way down. Find it here, halfway up. So I'm gonna add a little bit of work for my triceps, but also a little bit for my bum. So we push up. Have a look at your wrist. It's gonna flex a little bit, but try not to allow it to tip backwards in the position that we would be if we were on all fours. You know what I mean, yes? Okay, pulsing press up. Relax your hands. Now make it all your glutes. So this was just our teaser. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay down. Knock your knees in and out. Yep, that's small in and out. Bracing across the core, shoulders back. Woo, last 2. 1, and come up. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Nobody's dying, but here comes the fun. Decide which of your legs is gonna move first. I'm gonna do the one closest to you, standing here. You could take your foot off the other glider for this series and then pop it on when we get to the end of it. Okay, we're gonna lunge back into a 90 degree lunge. So we go back, pull up. So we're looking to bring the knee towards the ground versus stretching it all the way back. Now we're gonna have light fingers on the ball, on the what do you call this? Chair. Of course I wanna call it a bar. Good, slow and steady. Okay, now can we go a little farther back so that your stable knee is right over top of your ankle? Good, down. Great, you have one more slow one. Great, let's speed that up. Down and press. Inhale, exhale. You're doing so far so good, right? 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. Now push. So keeping your knees bent and really dig your foot into the floor. Shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, boom, boom. So think about pushing back and pulling forward. If you like, no hands. I'm gonna keep my hands on the chair. 4, 3, 2, and hold. Sink down and stay there. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Now lean forward and extend the leg out. What does that feel like? More work in your other leg, true? Okay, now we're gonna pull up and sink. Push through the forward heel, sink down. Tell me about your booty now. Yup. Gliding and sliding. 2 more, rise up. Woo. Now take it out on a slight angle. We're going about 2 inches to the side. In and out. If you need a little help from your chair, you take it. Woo. Okay, here we go. Lift, lower, lift. Oh my God, I have a death grip on my chair. I'm gonna try and relax it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, in, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Stay there. Lean forward if you can. Holy Dinah, come on up and shift. Yep, just wiggle the hips. All there is to it. Take a bow, and you're ready to do it again with the other side. Did the magic happen there for you? Yeah. So I'm gonna turn my chair the other way. You can just face the other direction though, or just use the same legs facing the same way. Here we go. Nice and tall. 90-degree bend, pulling up. So we've got some hip flexor action. My words are not coming out today very well. Right, so we're starting really slow with this. Lower, pull in, push back, pull in. Yeah, slow, controlled. Now I'm gonna try and get my knee to go right over the ankle, but keep my back knee at 90. Last one. Good, hold her down. Right there. In and out. In. Woo! 8. Come on. 7. Grow an inch from the crown of your head so the head is going up versus forwards. Good, and hold, in, out, digging a trench in the snow, gliding and sliding, shoulders are sliding down your back, neutral core, woo, and hold, yeah, lengthen, in. So now we're in what we would call a ski slope lunge, where we look like a mountain slope from our head to your heel. Slide in, slide back. How you feeling? Whoo, I forgot to give you the cardio round. Oh my goodness, well, we'll put it in at the end. It's okay, because I didn't have anything left, to be honest. We're using as much or as little help from our chair. Okay, here we go. In and back. Just speeding it up. Wow. My glute is on fire. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up. Woo! Little angle out to the side. Right, like we're sanding the floor. 4, 3, 2, hold it out. Stay as low as you can. Light pressure in the bench. I don't know why I want to call it a bench. It's a chair. Take your time, rise up. Whoo! And go ahead, shake it out. Okay, putting our cardio round in here, alternating the legs. 1, 2. Okay, so now we're cross-country skiing. This is why we have the 2 gliders. If you're not gliding, you're stepping back, which is totally fine. Woo! You can take the hands off your chair and include a little more upper body work with it. You decide the tempo. Now, if you're ready, helping with my chair, switch, switch. Oh boy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And please give yourself a break. And some water. Did you get all the good spots there? Hopefully your knees, your ankles, your feet are all feeling fine. But your bum is in protest. Whew! Move your chair off to the side. Bring your weights with you. And join me in plie. No gliders for this round. That was killer. Okay, feet are open out to the side. Let's start at the bottom, finding our lowest point. We'll go forward and out to the side. Back down. So right now legs are stationary and we're playing with arm movement. Pull your shoulders back. You're gonna give me a strong contraction in between your shoulder blades. You're going to your widest motion that is still happy in your shoulders, please. Yeah. Now if you want, rise up on your heels or on your toes. There we go. Up. Do you have a hard time balancing? Pick one heel and then switch to the other. One more. Okay. Come up. Lift. Side raise, feeling strong in our lateral. Head of the deltoid. You can go straighter arm if you like. And you can turn the thumbs in and your pinkies up. Hitting a little bit more posterior delt. Depending on what you've already done today, because I know some of you, this is workout 2. Woo! Yes. Right, left heel. Right, left, right, left. If you're getting tired, bend your elbows. 2 more. Not wanting that to cramp. Stay down, up, rotate. So this is our arm series. So the legs are kind of secondary, which is just fine. It doesn't always have to be about the big calorie burners in the legs. Now, can we add the pec deck to this? So we're gonna come up and flip, now elbows in, and flip, and down. Lift, up. Oops, I missed the pec deck. Lift, up, in, flip. Lift, up. Heel, heel, down, up. Yes. Woo! Up, rotate, in, rotate, and down. Whatever works in your heels. If it's nothing, that's fine. Last one. Whoops, my arms went wonky there. And hold. Now we're gonna add a lift up on the heels as you lift up. So you may need to bring your legs a little closer together in order for this to work. And we're gonna add a shoulder press. It's almost like we're exploding up. Now in this one, there's no gliding and sliding. We're stuck in space. Your feet are connected to the earth. Your calves are firing, and so are your quads. 2 more. Okay, friends. Right arm, left arm. Now, if you want, add a little press to the side. Just if you want. What do you feel in your abs? Your obliques. 2 more. Good. Bicep curls. Hold. Now with the bicep curls, push your knees back. Push back. Now it may look like it's a big motion, but it's not. Release, push, release. Woo! From the side view, just so you can see how very little bit of motion it is in my knees. Squeeze your bum. Good, and hold. We're gonna pulse these. Weights can be on your shoulders, on your hips, at your side, or out in the air. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay. Woo! Take your time coming up. Shake that out. Or give me a gentle shift side to side in your hips. Weights are going down. Gonna move my mat out of the way again. And I've got my gliders for 1 more round of leg work. Wow. Whew, are we sweating yet? If not, add another layer of clothes on. Okay, I need to be able to move. Gliding on my floor again. Gliding and sliding. And again, if you want, we'll get you using the gliders under both feet. So we're gonna start with a lateral lunge. We're stepping out. Now squeeze in. Slide out, put your heel down for the break, squeeze in. Slide. And again, it's slow, so you don't end up in the splits. You have 2 left, so we're loading on this side. 1 more. Now you're gonna come in. Now you're gonna slide this way. Out and in. So the work is still in your right leg. As you glide out to the side, we're gonna feel a little work in the inner thigh as we pull in, but most of the work is still here, even though this leg is not working or moving. My brain. Good, you have 2 more. So we're gonna put these 2 moves together. Okay, lateral lunge, slide out, in, out, in. Again, over to the side, and in, now to this side. So always the weight-bearing leg is your right leg, yes? Woo, and slide out. Going into your low single leg squat. Lateral lunge, float your right leg or left leg out. Let's do 2 more. Slide right, and in, glide left. Hands are your balance. If you need your chair, yes, you can put it in the middle. Last one. Good. Okay, now you're gonna glide back. Remember the ski slope lunge? Back. And I'm gonna give you the option here of extending your ski slope to the top of your hands down to your heels. So which leg is loaded? This one, your right leg. Yeah. You have 2 more. And then we're going to change this. Heel comes onto the gliding disc. Slide forward and up. Side view, slide forward and up. So I like to call this pistol squat. Keeping the head in neutral. Down. Lift from the string. Down. Okay, let's marry the 2. Go back. Up. Go forward. And up. Now if you want to, you can change to your heel on the disc when you slide forward. That's going to be a little easier to balance. Reach, up, slide through, front, slide through, reach. Your standing leg, your right leg, should be all kinds of an inferno. Whoo! Good, you have last one. Whoops, I missed my glider. There you go. Okay, give it a wee rest. Now we're gonna do all 4 all together. Side, side, back, and front. All of the work is happening in your right leg. So glide, in, now slide, in, now slide back, together, now slide forward. Woo! Good, let's go again to the side. Out and in. So I think you can really appreciate how slow the music is so you can stabilize. And one more forward, and you've done enough. Yes. So I'm not adding any pulses, any half range. That is it. Over to the other side. So we're going to do 8 lateral lunges on your right. Hopefully we've got enough juice. Here you go. Out, put the heel down, come in. Slide, put the heel down. Good. Absolutely, you can use your hands. My floor is ridiculously slippery. I literally could do this in my bare feet, but of course I'm worried about slivers. Good, we have one more. Good, now you're gonna slide the right leg out. Slide, and in. Get down. So push. Now pull using your inner thigh. Push out. You have 4 more of these. Sink low. That's it, Maria. Good, you guys are almost going right out of your screen. 2 left. And final one. Now let's match the 2 movements together. Take your time. Out, lateral lunge, in, slide side, and in. Glide, woo! And in. Yes, slide, and in. Glide, and in, slide. We have 4 more. Out. I don't know about how your legs are feeling, but mine cannot wait to get into that bath water. Last time this way. Over and in. Over. Now sliding back. Straight back. Press into your front leg. Use your hamstring glute to pull you up. If you like, reach your arm out. Pull back in. Good. How low can you go? 4 and up. 3, you already know what's coming next, so you should be shaking in your boots. Gliding and sliding. One more. Okay, ready in front. Heel comes on the glider, and I'll move back so you can see. Pointing my toe up. So you're getting a nice long stretch in your hamstring. You might not get very low, that's okay. If you want to explore more depth, yes, you can use your chair to help you with the balance and the return up. Good, and my arms counterbalance. Woohoo! Okay, ready? Going behind. Back, Together. Now front. Together. Take it back. Transferring. Yes. Woo! Who's feeling this? Ah, right? So sorry for you, Yvonne. Having done Mark's class this morning. Woo! This is just pure punishment, isn't it? 2 more times. Bind. Think about what's happening. Final one, and then we're putting all 4 movements together. All the sweat. Whew. Good. Come on, let's go. Over to the side. In. Slide. Slide back. Slide it front. Good. Glide side. Push. Fire. Yes. Out. Fire. Up. Back. Woo. And forward. You're doing it 2 more times and we are done with all the standing work. And reach back. Go as low as you comfortably can. How are we feeling, Sheila? Hit it. Side. Push. I know my inner thighs are going to be severely complaining tomorrow. Good thing we're doing Zumba tomorrow night. Woo! And come out. Okay, kick those gliders out of the way. Again, enjoy some water. We're coming down to the floor. We're gonna start our floor work seated. Okay. Whew. Now, I didn't ask you to bring out bands, but if you had a band, I'll show you where we could be using them. Otherwise, our free weights are gonna work just fine. Ooh, getting down to the floor, not so easy. Friends, we're gonna start in our seated position. Now you can choose where you're going to use the ball, whether it's under your feet or in your back. It's really important that you just decide where you want the support to be. So if you need it here for your lower back, that's where you put the ball. If you have a foam roller, that could go under your feet rather than the ball, okay? So let's float our feet on our bender ball or our foam roller or our cushion. And if you like, we can put the other ball into our backs. I'm just gonna leave it here so I can feel the full discomfort. Floating the toes on the ball, shoulders are back. If you want, hang on. If you need, hands on the ground. Good. Okay, hold on. 2. Yes, now pick up. 1 and 2. Lift again. What I'd like you to focus on is squeezing your quadricep and to pick it up. So the ball is giving us a little bit of help rather than holding the feet in the air. And the ball in the back is supporting our spine. Good, 1 more. Now see if we can go quick. 1, down, up, down. Now your hip flexors are starting to burn. 4 left. 3, 2, and 1. Feet on the ball. Hands on the ground. Give yourself light support. Roll out and in. So we want to release your hips a little bit. Now you can add a lean back and a pull in. Now, I don't know about you, but my hips are not happy with me. We're gonna give them a stretch in a minute. Good, 1 more. You got it. Take your feet off. Let your feet go down. Lift your hips up. Are we okay? I know, that was work. Woo! If you wish, leave your feet on the ground, ball in the back, or put your feet back up on the ball. I'm gonna also put one here. Roll your shoulders back, Find your happy place, if you can find one here, and we're gonna row back, front. Pull your elbow. Good. That's it, that's all it is. Pull your elbow back, set it forward. So imagine you're in a standard car and it has a gear shift on either side. Shift it back. Now if you need to, put your feet on the ground. If you need to, stretch your feet out in front. So just pay attention to what your body needs. One more. Oh. Good, and we're gonna sit forward, recover. Is that enough? Yeah? So if you can still do more, by all means, go ahead and do more, but little bits is plenty. If you want, bring your weights into the game, or if you had that band, we could bring that in. I'm gonna just do body weight here, and I'm gonna try again with my feet floating on top of my ball, and my other one behind my back. Out and in. So scapular traction, pull. So yeah, it's a fly, but I'm focusing on pulling my arms back. Contract. Whew. If it's too much, you're gonna sit up more, right? If it's too much, you sit up more, or you roll the ball up into the mid-back. Everything is shaking, 4 left. Oh, squeeze. 2. Somebody tell me when I can stop. Woo! Great, and recover that. Yikes. Oh, right, so your core is all ablaze. Absolutely it is. So we have one more arm movement. I'm gonna get you to place the ball into the middle of your back, and you're gonna lean back a little bit more to take some of the pressure off of your hips. And if you want, you can straighten your feet out. If you like, the feet can float on the ball. It just creates a less stable playing field. Arms out in front, row. So if we had our band, you could put it around your toes, and we're pulling back. But honestly, for me, I don't need it today. This is plenty. We can also have the knees bent. Pull. All of that focus in your mid-back. Now I'm gonna add in an extension at the elbow. So pull, out wide, in, back in front. Pull, out wide. Oh my goodness, my obliques are screaming as my elbows straighten. Woo! Final one. Pull, extend. Yes, and there's a fire in your core. Fantastic. Pull yourself up. So can I just say, on the website from which I borrowed these moves, she did all of those without sitting up in between. Crazy lady. I was happy to sit up in between every single one of those. I hope you were too. We're gonna lie down on the floor. Again, if you have a foam roller, you can use it underneath your hips or your bender ball or your cushion, or you can remain flat on the ground. So we're gonna pick that up. So holding our hips a little bit off the floor, and if your ball is squishier, it's actually gonna make this a bit easier. So if your ball is really firm, it's harder to balance. Okay, so we're gonna pick up our legs, holding, and I'm gonna get you to bend one knee. Okay, stabilize. Now the knee that's bent, you're gonna slide that away from you, hands lightly on the floor. Push out, in. Exhale, in. Now tell me what you feel. You're so you don't fall off the ball, but your transverse abs from hip to hip, this is deep internal stuff. Those muscles should be working. And one more. Good, bring it in. Hug both knees into your chest. Straighten back up. Bend your opposite knee. Ready to slide away. Go out. Isn't it amazing how we can modified just this very basic move of sliding our knees out and in, right? We did it with our feet floating on the ball, sitting in V-sit. Now we're doing it lying down with the ball under our hips. It's the exact same motion of our hips, but doesn't it play differently in our core? One more. And please hug that in. Woo! Okay. Again, extending to the ceiling. If you need, hands closer or wider, depending on how much support you need from the floor. We're gonna draw a little circle with both feet here. Good, and you're gonna start now your next circle a little bit lower. And now you're gonna do one more circle a little lower. Squeeze the thighs together, lift up. The trick when we lift up is to keep your hips in neutral. Yes? Okay, let's give it a go. Breathe in, exhale. And again. Pull up. Ooh. Again. 3. And up. Okay, if you're feeling the pressure in your head, you need to change your breathing strategy a little bit. And pull up. Yeah, so if it's getting too heavy to pull your knees back into your chest with your legs straight, then I will invite you to just bend your knees back in, straighten up. Okay, now this time a full circle, up. And all the way in, hug your knees together. Was there any discomfort in your hips as your circles got bigger? Hopefully not. If there's grinding or any of that funky stuff happening, we'll take that out. Then you just need to play around with the angles of your feet. All right, we're doing great. Flipping over, hands and knees. Okay, so hopefully I'll face this way. Move back a little bit, make sure I'm in the screen. I guess it's this way. Okay, I can see. Okay, set yourself up. Hands right underneath the shoulder, scooping the tummy in, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. We're in perfect tabletop position. Grip with your toes and pick your knees up. Now you're gonna let your right knee touch down, pick up. Now your left knee, touch down, and pick up. So yes, there is a shifting in your hip. Now see if you can get the oblique to pull you back up. Down, pull up. Tap down, pull up. And yes, my knees are actually touching the ground, but they can hover. One more. You did it, sit back. Recover your arms, your wrists, and your shoulders. And of course your core, but I don't know about you, but my arms were working a little harder. We're gonna reset, lift the knees up. Lovely, so we're in our all four positions. It's kind of a bear crawl position. Now we're gonna shift back, down dog, come back down, shift forward, and we're gonna walk out, off the mat, back onto the mat. Shift back, straighten into down dog, bend your knees, shift your hands and shoulders, step off the mat, step off the mat, step back, down dog, and recover. So we've just smoothed that out. Step your foot out, then your hand, and in, out, and in, down dog. And if you need to, you put your knee down. Step out, together, step out, together, down dog. Yep, and back to tabletop. We're gonna do one more time. You find it where it works for you. Step wide, together. Do you find it easier going one way than the other? Woo! Whoops, I went straight away. Final down dog, push. And I'm gonna walk the feet out a couple times. Yes. Shift back into plank. Bring your knees down and recover. Bring your arms all the way around your head to the mat and take a little break there. Woo! Well, I hope you enjoyed all of those novel exercises we haven't done before. I'm going to take us down into some additional stretching today so you have a little bit more recovery time. Yay! Okay, so if you would like, bring your ball under your hip. We're going to lower out and reach over the top. So taking the stretch all the way down through your rib cage into your obliques, and if you wish, top leg stretches out and then bring it down. Couple deep breaths. Okay, bring your arm up, tuck your legs in, lift your rib cage up. We're gonna roll the ball about mid rib cage, and we're gonna open here. So yes, this is an actual exercise, but it's also a wonderful mobility stretch for your shoulder joint. So reach open if you want. Your eyes can follow your fingers if that feels good. Let's do 2 more. Some of you with amazing mobility might be able to reach the floor on the other side. I'm not doing that. Good, and we'll take it up and over again one more time. The ball's a little bigger in the cage, so you can see more, a little higher up. And we'll take that out. Very nice. Just move it off to the side. Come all the way down to the ground. Straighten your legs out. Take your top leg forward. You got it. And now open and hold the stretch there. If you like, hand on your knee just to stabilize it, pushing it gently down to the floor. And we're in this beautiful spinal rotation. How does it feel in your body? Right, we're enjoying this mindful moment. And come up. Yeah. Okay, just push yourself up. We sort of have a little funky angle here. Bent knee in front, bent knee behind. Slide your hand into your hip and lift out. I'm sorry I wore black today. It's because I was filming at the Y. We have to wear black, and am I gonna dirty another pair of pants? No. And come on down. Okay, swing your legs around to the other side. We're gonna set up the bender ball in your hip again and repeat all of that deliciousness. So down near your hip, come on down to the side. Let me move the mic out of the way and reaching over the top. Rest your head. Your knees can be straight or bent. In my situation, they're sort of in between bent and straight. Deep breath in and out. Again, just enjoy the lengthening in your rib cage down into your hip. Good, come on up. And we're gonna roll that up a little bit. So underneath your rib cage this time rather than your hip. And take the arm in front and you're gonna reach open and back. I'm gonna bend my knees here so I don't fall over. And just move so gently, because obviously you don't wanna fall off the ball. Again, if you don't have a ball here, you could, if you had a really soft foam roller, use that, or you can just be flat on the ground. And let's go one more. Yes, and over the top, a little bit deeper. Try and relax your neck and your shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. Absolutely delightful, isn't it? Okay, take the ball out. All the way down onto your side. Knees are bent and open up the arm. If you need to float it, let it float. If it drops to the ground, wonderful, but it doesn't need to. However, you may need support if you feel like just holding that arm in space is uncomfortable. So you could rotate a little bit more in order to get it down. What do you feel through your rib cage? What do you feel through your waist? What do you feel in your hips? Good, come on up. Okay, angling. Crisscross here, hand in at your side, and lift up. So just taking that side stretch down lower into your hips and a little deeper into your back. And come around. Wasn't that wonderful? Feet out in front, and I'll have you take them wide if you will. Now you can bring your gliding disc or your ball into the front of you. And we're gonna slide and glide forward, hold, and then with your breathing, come up. So glider or ball, it really doesn't matter which. Going forward, press your thighs down, lift back up. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the toes up. And again, when we're forward, reach, reach. And up. Can we go over to the side? Again with the glider or your ball. Now you should feel more on this side. Yes? Yeah. And I'm going to roll to center. And then I'm going to glide back in. Okay, we'll go the other way. Over. Hold and stay. And then roll back into center. Oh, look, I'm rolling, gliding, and sliding. My glider's under my ball. And as far forward as you can. We're doing this forward flexion with support. And back in. Perfect. Bring it in. Give them a shake. Hug, hug. Like I said, a little bit longer recovery today in the stretch and the relaxation. So sitting up tall, gentle rotation. Yes, I know, my bum too. Gentle, gentle, back to center. I'm gonna leave figure 4, slide my foot in. Whoa, there's some tightness in there. So if you're finding that it's too much, there's resistance, ease off a little bit so that you can comfortably hold your ankle on your knee. And of course, we marry the breath. Slide it out. And we'll try the other side. Bring it over, sit up tall, hug, rotate into your hamstrings and your glutes. Now, if you wanted to do a little foam rolling, because I've been talking about those rollers, using them as a substitute for your bender balls, by all means, do a little bit of that at the end here. Crisscross, sit it up. And you don't have to roll all the parts, right? Or whether you're using balls or foam rollers, you can just do 1 or 2 specific spots in your body. And it doesn't have to be both sides either. You can just do one particular area, but it does feel so good to do both. The one side will be jealous if you don't. Okay, gently come down. Feet about hip width apart or shoulder width, and just let them sway right and left, lifting the hip. There. Okay, feet flat, hands coming to the side. Push yourself from the ground, and it doesn't have to be in that way to get yourself up. You can go from the side. Restack, take a breath. Inhale. Or that was an exhale, wasn't it? Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale up. And exhale. There you are, team, my lovelies, my friends. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you for gliding and sliding with me. I hope your bum does some serious talking to you tomorrow, and probably your inner thighs too. But if there's some other mystery parts or surprising parts that felt it, do leave me a message.